Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So I've mentioned before in past videos that I do get a lot of content sent my way, and I appreciate that so much. I specifically get a lot of body, or formerly known as Beachbody, content. And so in this video, we're gonna be doing an MLM Top Fails with strictly body coaches, partners, whatever they call themselves. And we're gonna get right into it right after this disclaimer. Okay, now that that is out of the way, if you are not new here, you know that we have one more piece of housekeeping to get through. You also know that you can go ahead and skip this part if you'd like to by going to the bar at the bottom of the screen here and skipping ahead to MLM Fail 1, I think is probably what the chapter is going to be called. Or you can go down to the description and find the chapters listed and click on the timestamp where it says, again, MLM Fails 1. If you are new here, please give this a listen at least one time. I make it quick and painless. I do not blur the names or the faces of the individuals that I'm reacting to in this video. These individuals have posted this content on their public social media outlets, and they are also positioned as public figures. This does not mean that I am encouraging anybody to go and seek these individuals out and send them hateful messages or mean comments. Please never do that. That is never the intention of my content. My content is meant to be educational, but most of all, entertaining. So let's all do our part and keep it that way. And with that, we're gonna get the into it. Let's go with top fail number 1.
Good morning. Right, workout is done, and I learned something new today. So when you're doing a, I don't know what they're called, like a shoulder lift from the side, I can't remember the name.
Shouldn't you know?
But you're working right here in the shoulder, and it's okay, one, to lighten up your weight, but it's okay to not go all the way up. You want to keep your arm, you can keep it down. You don't have to go all the way up, and you want to keep your wrist below your shoulder. So when you're coming up, like all those guys in the gym, lifting really high. You don't have to do that. So I love that they're talking through these moves for us, and that really helps. And I just checked into my challenge group, and my ladies are sharing their recipes with their meal prep and getting their workouts in, and just trying to be healthier for the year at the start of the year, and be healthier for the long-term version of our lives. So keep going forward. If you have questions, let me know. If you need a place for accountability and just want to start your new year off strong with more energy, there's a place for you. I have 8 spots left in my January group. I will put a link below.
Well, ma'am, that sounds like a horrible idea, especially because most of these body partners position themselves as if they were personal trainers, and she doesn't even know that this thing where you lift your shoulders to the side, those are called shoulder flies. Very basic exercise. I am, however, a certified personal trainer. To be honest, I probably just did it so that I could train myself, but those are called shoulder flies. Those are something very basic that you learn when you are trained to be a certified professional or a licensed professional, registered professional, whatever it is you're looking for. Those are things you know, and that should be a red flag that you should not join this individual's challenge group, because she likely doesn't know what the she's talking about. And that is why I have such a problem with body. They're all out here positioning themselves as if they are personal trainers or certified nutrition coaches or registered dietitians, and they don't have an ounce of training. Most of them don't. Some of them might. I hope that's not the case, because if you are a trained professional, you have different routes that you can go where you can actually help people one-on-one and not give them a one-size-fits-all workout program or meal program, because that is not going to work for everybody. And you probably want to know, at least at the very minimum, right, the names of the exercises your clients are doing.
Oh my goodness, that was so fun. I love these calls because I remember being on a call similar to this 10 years ago when I was deciding if I should jump in, and I was so scared and nervous, and I wanted all the information, and I wanted to soak up all the stories to see if this was something that I wanted to try. And so whenever I see people on the other side of the screen on these calls specifically, it just brings me back to those feelings of being like, I really want to try this, but I'm so scared. And one of the girls tonight mentioned that she's really nervous about what other people are going to think. And
it's a sign.
I could go on for days about this topic, but here's the thing. When you start doing things that feel right for you in your life and bring you joy and you feel really aligned with, and
I'm cutting her off right here, because if this individual who is on this whatever opportunity call or whatever it is having those feelings before starting, then it's not something they're aligned with. So it doesn't matter what you're about to say after that. They are not aligned with it. They are not comfortable with it. And they should take that as a sign and move to the next thing. That's not an MLM, hopefully.
And maybe you start to have people that don't like it or are not comfortable with it, or maybe aren't supportive. That, to me, was really hard at first because I am a natural people pleaser at heart. But one thing that was really powerful through that experience, and I try to encourage new partners to think about it this way too, if they're worried about that as well and the judgment of others, is that, well, first of all, it's not their life, and second of all, it might be a blessing as a sign to need to weed those people out of your energy and what you're giving without getting back, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah, that makes total sense. So you want these people who are not even fully invested in BODi yet to weed out the people that don't agree with them. That would have been everybody in my life, because when I joined my first MLM, which was Scentsy, and even with the other one, LuLaRoe, there were people that are still the closest people to me, or they were the closest people to me back then, that were like, maybe don't do this. This might be a bad idea. If I just weeded them out, I would have nobody left in my corner. Like, what the are you doing? Somebody is speaking out on something that may not be good for you, so you're just gonna disconnect from them instead of maybe thinking through, why do they feel this way? I know they care about me. Why are they saying this might not be a good idea? No, just kick them out. That sounds very culty, ma'am.
And another girl commented that she is looking to build a deck and pay off some credit cards and things like that, and if this can be an I hate that thumbs up thing. I don't know why it does that. Oh yeah. If she can aid in adding additional income to their family to make those projects easier and pay off credit card debt faster than by doing what she's already doing, because she's already a client that's doing our product, our programs and our product, using our products, then it's kind of like a no-brainer. And it reminded me of when Jenna and I started, and Jenna paid off her $80,000 in student loans through this, and I paid off my $30,000 in loans, and then I paid off my car.
I don't see a disclaimer here. There is no disclaimer on the screen. That's an issue. Even being with BODi for 10 plus years, the likelihood of you making $80,000 within that 10 years profit is so slim. Like, I don't even know if that's the top 1%. It might be the top 0.01% that makes that much money. It is near impossible to make that amount of money profit in an MLM, any MLM.
And it's just really cool what you can accomplish when you put your mind to something and when you have like a reason or a purpose for working towards something. So I love that that girl had something specific that she wanted to work for, and I'm excited to watch her make it happen.
Well, that's sad because it's probably not going to happen for her.
The truth is painful.
Most of the bigger MLMs right now, so BODi, Scentsy, the big ones that I react to, the Mary Kay, all of those, they're so saturated at this point that anybody that gets in now is going to be at that bottom 99% of people making, I don't know, maybe $50 a year. Hold on. Let me pull up the income disclosure for BODi from the past year. Okay, so I'm putting this up on the screen for you to see. These are the numbers from 2023. We're currently in May of 2024. So this is the most current income disclosure statement. And you can see here collectively for all the ranks within BODi, the average earning for the entire year is $3,300. So are we really making that much money? Is she going to benefit from this? Likely not. Even looking at this statement, you could see that only 20.5% are making over $10,000 in 1 year average. That is not a livable wage. That is not going to get you to pay off an $80,000 student loan or a $30,000 car. That is not realistic. And I honestly can't understand how they continue to get away with this bullshit and sign these people on and make them think that they're going to make all of this money when in all actuality, they are not even going to come close to that amount of money.
I need a little more energized for the afternoon, evening. But I also wanted to share that today in the body world, it is payday. And that's always so exciting because there are women who are making house payments. There are women who are, just getting a little paycheck each week. And you can share, you can try to grow like I am. You can try to grow like the leaders on my team are, or you can share an energized link. Like everybody shares Amazon links, right? You could share an energized link and get a commission off of that and just make, you can make $20 a month. You can make $50 a month. You can try to pay for your groceries for the month. You can try to pay your house payment, your car payment. There's so many options that I love that you can do this in the pockets of your day and work towards what you like. If you want any information, I'll put a link below. I'm always here. DM me with any questions. See you later.
For serious, if you want to make any amount of money, profit in body, you cannot just work it in the pockets of your day. This individual is guilty of saying that in almost every single story, rant, I guess we'll call it, that she goes on. She will always say,
you could just work it in the pockets of your day and make $50 a month and pay for your groceries.
And even that is going to take you way more than working in the pockets of your day. And can we be honest? How many people have pockets in their day that they just want to work a business? Not many. I don't know a lot of people, especially parents, that have time in the day to work a bullshit MLM where you may or may not make money. I would rather be doing something that is going to guarantee me some kind of income, whether it's content creation, working a traditional job, 9 to 5, 8 to 3, whatever you're working, or anything else that's not a pyramid scheme, in my opinion, allegedly. Okay, this next individual, I have reacted to her in my past BODi MLM Fails videos. She talks very slow, takes a lot of breaks. So if you notice any jump cuts in her little segment, it's because I'm cutting out all of the dead space so that you don't have to sit through it. Yeah, that's all. Here we go.
I've been doing this for just over 9 years. Actually, like exactly probably, because I started 6 weeks after Tucker was born. Okay, whatever. Close enough, right? Anyways, people are always like, how do you get it done? Seems like you're super mom, you do it all. I'm not. I am definitely not. I, most of the time, am winning ugly.
You're what?
And it's not really something I'm proud of. But there is something to be said that when I take the time and make the time, because we all have the time. I don't want to hear that I don't have time, because you do.
Winning ugly. But anyway, not everybody has the time. Just like with our last individual claiming that you can work it in the pockets of your day, not everybody has the same amount of time to do whatever they want throughout the day that this person does or any other person does. Everybody has a different schedule. Not everybody has time to make this any kind of priority in their day-to-day life. We've got kids, we've got traditional jobs, we've got families, we've got houses to take care of, we've got reality TV to watch. Okay, there is not always enough time in the day to add more things and also get enough sleep and eat and do all the things that you have to do to function throughout the day. Okay, let's continue on.
Check your screen time and how much time you spend on social media, and then tell me that you don't have time. Anyways, it is putting myself for 30 minutes down here, and this is my lifeline. I don't like coffee. I know, weird, whatever. That's not me. It smells amazing, and the taste is like not as amazing as it smells. Green tea extract is where the caffeine comes from here. It's 100 milligrams. It's slow releasing, so you don't have those crazy jitters. There's not a sugar crash later. And combine the two together.
What there is later that they won't tell you with green tea extract is maybe a few trips to the bathroom, if you get what I'm saying.
A little workout, a little clean energy boost, and you can just get your stuff done. Today, we got bagels, but in my stories, I gotta share with you my biggest accomplishments in this business.
That was so random. What the does that have to do with anything? Like, today we got bagels. But anyway, back to my story. What? Those are the type of squirrel moments that I have when I'm just talking and I'm just like, oh, yeah, and then yesterday I did this. But back to what I was saying.
Going to share a few slides. It's exactly what I posted in the sneak peek, so some of this might be repeat information for some of you. And obviously, this ebbs and flows, so it's going to start from 2020, and that's when I fully ripped the band-aid and was like, let's do this. I'll explain why in a minute. And then it will gradually lead up to what it is doing for me now and the accomplishments that I feel really proud of as of more recent.
All right, so her next slides are going to be all text. So I'll be reading them out for those of you that are listeners and not watchers. So the first one says, first big win was during the pandemic. This is so bizarre, but this is the second time I've seen her spell her husband's name like this. So maybe that's how it's spelled. She says it Matt, but it's spelled M-A-T-T-H. So math. Anyway, Matt wasn't considered an essential worker, so he was home for 2.5 months. He is the breadwinner, and we were living in fear of the unknown. I knew I had this opportunity at my fingertips, so I decided to put my head down and put in effort as if it were a full-time job versus a part-time job. And she does have an income disclosure statement, but it is so small that you cannot read it unless you're right on top of the screen, maybe tilt it sideways a little, squint, maybe then you could read it. So the next slide, she also has a disclaimer on, and it is even worse because this is now a picture of her in her car, and it says, I remember waking up one Thursday morning, and in parentheses, payday, checking my back office and being taken aback. I had earned enough to make our car payment that month. Then I did it again, the next month, the next, and because of my consistent efforts, we paid it off a handful of months early. And then, like I said, the income disclosure is white in fine print, really small again, at the bottom of the screen, on top of pavement that is grayish, not fully black. You know, and you cannot see this. There's no way you could read that. And also, when you get a paycheck from a job, whether you are working a traditional job or you have your own business, you're a virtual assistant, you're a content creator, whatever you are, when you make your paycheck, typically you're doing that to pay your bills. So yeah, congrats on paying for your car.
Have a gold star.
I just don't get it. Like, I got to put this into words. My brain needs to process for a second. More coffee. Okay. So could you just imagine, I've said this before, but could you imagine that anybody who works to make any kind of money, if every time you got paid, you got on social media and shared in your story like, hey, today was payday and I was able to pay my mortgage, or I was able to pay my rent, I was able to pay for my car, I was able to buy groceries like we've seen in the past. Cool. That's why you work. Right? Why are we going on the interwebs to brag about making money and then subsequently paying your bills? Fucking bravo. Anyway, moving on. Again, small income disclosure statement on the bottom of the screen, on top of pavement that we can't read it. She's in another car now, and it says, then I set the bar higher and made it a goal to match my earnings to our truck payment. The feeling of sending my husband screenshots each month of my earnings, matching those payments as a mom, homeschooling her kids, and doing this in the pockets of her day is something I will never forget, and it motivates me to keep showing up in the mess we call life. We were able to pay off the truck a few months early as well. Your husband also works full-time, right? So the pandemic, thing of the past, sucks. We're all trying to get back on track. Inflation is a thing, but your husband is working full time. So he's likely still the breadwinner. From what I understand, this individual is her husband is the breadwinner from word of mouth. Okay. We'll just put it that way, allegedly, in my opinion. I don't know. So what you're making, if that is to pay a car payment, cool. But if he wasn't in the picture, if that income was not in the picture, would you be able to pay for these cars, your house, your food, all of these things like you're telling people that they can do? Because that's what we should really be hearing. What is your significant other doing that is helping with making sure you can pay the bills? Then her next slide says, what would your household feel like if you no longer had 1 or 2 monthly car payments because you chose to prioritize your health? What the fuck? What? Okay, so now it's changed from starting a business to you chose to prioritize your health, so you were able to pay off your car. That's not how it works. I chose to prioritize my health back in January, and I've lost weight, I feel better, my levels are good. And did I pay off my cars from it? No, sadly, no. I wish. That'd be cool. But no, that's not what? What? Moving on. Gotta keep going. Okay, now she's on the beach. Now we've got a beach chair. Again, income disclosure, super tiny, bottom of the screen, can't read it. So this is a picture of the beach, and she's got like a beach towel draped over a chair with her name. And it says, now where it gets really fun, paying for travel all last year. As a stay-at-home mom, quote unquote, work trips are jetting off to the grocery store or Target, right? I'm sorry, but those are like my escapes. I will if somebody needs something, I'm like, let me go. I'll go. Please. Yes. Following the daily vitals consistently, I was able to fund a solo trip to Destin for our leaders retreat, then solo to San Antonio for our annual summit, next a family trip to DC, another solo trip back to Florida, and lastly pay for half of our family to fly to San Francisco in the fall. So these retreats and summits, those are not, in my opinion, those are not vacations. I have been to these in other MLMs, and they are not relaxing. You hardly sleep. You're always having to go to the next place, and you're trying to figure out where that place is, how you're going to eat so that you don't pass out, where you can find water, because there's so many people and so many lines at these different things because of the influx of people that are coming.
Way too many people.
So sure, yeah, you traveled there, but did you actually vacation? Did you relax? Did you get anything from it for yourself? Or is it just more business garbage? So then she has a picture of her son. Obviously his face is blocked out, which is great. Love that for her. And it says, this winter our wanted to be in net versus skating out. So he wanted to be a goalie. That requires more equipment, I'm pretty sure. Almost positive. Anyway, that meant almost all new gear and a new level of anxiety for me in the stands. I will be blocking out some of the things on here because, girlfriend, please don't tell people where you're going with your kid. Please. Anyway, I remember walking into blank one weekend. Matt was at Navy and getting fitted for a goalie helmet. Hundreds of dollars later, I didn't have to fret a finance conversation with my husband because I knew I had it covered. Again, income disclosure, very tiny. I think it's even smaller this time, in the bottom corner of this story slide. And then she shows a picture of her with her son, and it says, I don't talk about the income opportunity nearly enough because since the start of our family, we've made it work on a solo income. Ma'am, you talk about it all the time. The amount of slides that I get from your story, from subscribers and viewers, of you talking about the income, quote unquote, opportunity. There's a lot of story slides of her talking about the money. Anyway, because of my constant efforts in random pockets of my day, life is becoming more comfortable because of the flexibility this opportunity has gotten me in return for those efforts. Even if you're not driven by money like I was the first handful of years, I wanted to have this convo with you because it is something that I didn't truly realize the potential of when I first started. So I wanted to share openly so you can see what is truly possible. Money is a resource. Money gives you time. The more you earn, the more you can give. Sure, yeah, but you're likely not going to earn enough to even be able to give if you join an MLM like BODi. So don't do it. So then the last slide of this whole rant is her and her husband. It says, if any of that resonates with you, reply mentorship and let's chat. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. Remember, the worst that can happen is you'll grow as a person and feel the best you've ever felt. That's not the worst that can happen, but okay, go off.
Applications to come on a trip like this, you have to help people start on their fitness journey. So the way I started 8 years ago is still the same way I start new people coming in. You get paired up with an annual membership. You get supplements that I love for 30 days to try out. And then you also get a guidebook. You get our community, which is off social media. It's on a BODi app, and it's a BOD group. So partners like me, we can create communities, groups within this app.
I want to address that for a second because I see a lot of these people, whether it's MLM or the business coaching community, where they are bragging about the fact that they're quote unquote community, which again, in my opinion, you shouldn't have to pay for a fucking community. Your community of people are your friends and family, and they're not there for your money, right? But anyway, I digress. You see so oftentimes that these MLM people, leaders, and these also business coach people are bragging about how their quote unquote communities are off social media. It's on a whole different platform. And I have feelings about that. I feel like these platforms are just new forms of social media. So we're talking like platforms like Circle, Mighty Networks, what are other ones? Kajabi has one now. And even these app things that these MLMs are creating like BODi, they're just new forms of social media. It's still social media. It's just you have to pay to get in most cases, and it's more specific. So it's like Facebook groups outside of Facebook groups. You can't say it's not social. It's still social media. It's still social media. You're still on social media. So stop bragging about it being off social media. It's just a new social media platform that you made.
And then we all share our sweaty selfies in there. I theme it out and post recipes, meal plans every single week. It's like your one-stop shop for fitness. And you get results when you commit. So that's the hardest part for people, is just staying consistent and committing to something. And that's why I believe partner opportunity helped me so much, because I knew that if I was to commit and show up for other people, like, hey, come join me, and then flake out, hell no, like, come join me and I will stay consistent with you. That's the power of the business, is that you stay really consistent with your own health, because you are enrolling people into your community, saying that you're going to do something, and you best follow through, because that shows your character, your integrity.
So that's all you need to do to be in this position of being a BODi partner and helping people, quote unquote, in their health and fitness. All you need is to be consistent. You don't need to know basic things like shoulder flies. Why would you need to know that?
That's ultimately how I got here, is helping enough people throughout the year get results and stay committed to their health and fitness journey. The other question coming in is, okay, so you sign up, now what? There's a 28-day action plan that I will send you through, and I will do it with you. There is also a checklist. I have a Facebook community and a messenger thread that really the community within there is incredible, and so many resources. Distracted by the music. All right, so next steps.
Cool. You get to talk to her. That's cool. But you don't have any credentials to be a trainer or guiding people in their nutrition or health. You're not a doctor. You're not a dietitian. You're not any of those things. You signed up for an MLM. You handed over money to buy a starter kit. And now you're talking about being able to help people start a business and help people with their health. This is so fucking dangerous. I get so heated with this bullshit as somebody who has struggled with their health for so long. This isn't the way we do things. This is not the way to go about helping people with their health. If you really want to help people with their health, go and take a course on personal training, on nutrition. Go to school to be a dietitian if that's something you really want to do. If that's something you really want to help people with, go and get the actual education that you need to back yourself and be credible to actually be able to help people and know what the you're talking about. Because right now, what most of these BODi partners are doing are pulling up a one-size-fits-all partner guide and pulling all their shit from that. And that's not how this works. Everybody is different, and you need a lot of data and a lot of things from somebody to be able to help them with their health. You can't just sign up for an MLM and think you can help everybody get healthy. That's not how this works.
Tomorrow, the 18th, we are having a opportunity informational call. So if you want to start your business and you want to start with us in April Kickstart, it's going to be amazing. I'm like holding your hand for April, working really closely with you so you have that success. I want you to see success in your business. And this is not a quick money thing. Like, you're going to have to be here for a little bit. You're going to have to commit for, I would say, a year to really dive in and cultivate a community of your own. And I'm going to empower you to do that. This is not a get rich quick thing, but you can make a substantial income by doing vital behaviors every single day, which includes your own.
So she's saying you can make a whatever every day by doing vital behaviors, but her captions made it say vile behaviors, and I'm sorry, that is amazing.
Own journey, like putting yourself first, which is the beauty of this business right there. So tomorrow is that opportunity call. I believe it's 8:30, but I will double check on that.
Helping people with their health, right? You are helping people with their health, and the best part is you get to put yourself first. What? How's that work?
And then a 28-day, a whole month plan for April. I'm like, and you get yourself to places like this. Our next travel that we have is called Summit. That is in San Antonio. It's June 20th, I want to say. It's 3-4 days, and you're just like, you're with the people that want to level up.
These people that keep driving by on the resort are probably like, lady, get the out of our way.
I want to go to the next level. You're with the people that care about their health. You're with the people that are positive, next level thinkers, and are willing to like get out of their own way and try something new and not give a ish what other people think, because really I think it's just all in your head. Like if you come out and you're confident in what you want to do, anybody who thinks otherwise can just go,
oh, what a mic drop moment. That's it for this one. Time for a palate cleanser. TikTok hates your bullshit. This isn't necessarily bullshit, but I saw it this morning and I could not stop laughing. I think I watched it at minimum 10 times. So here you go.
Can you guys let me know what an everything shower is? I keep seeing on this app all these girls talking about taking an everything.
Your comments did not disappoint. Let's tell the guys what an everything shower is. I usually remove my internal organs and rinse them off before popping them back in. I'm pretty sure it's just a regular shower with sesame seeds, poppy seeds, garlic, and onion. And everything bagel. That's what she's describing. It's when we take off our skin and wash our hidden lizard cells. This is usually when I unhinge my jaw to let the demons out, so they can flop around the floor of the shower like birds in a garden bath. And then this one of Bretman. If the men find out we can shapeshift, they're going to tell the church. Bathing in the blood of a baby lamb to restore our youth. It's when I take off my eyeballs and wash them thoroughly before I pop them back in. I also remove every hair follicle and wash my bare head. And then put my hair back on.
Oh my god, it's still just as funny as when I saw it the first time. So that individual's account will be linked below. Also, hey, if you're not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate a subscribe. If you liked this video, also give it a like. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it, whatever you want to do. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.